The following contest, depending on us disagreeing enough for it to matter, is for the TDOW Championship. First, presenting the challenger, I am the Nate Damsey, and the TDOW champion.
King Blackbird! You put some bass in your voice when you talk to the King Boy!
And welcome to the first official prediction video of the new channel.
Yep. We started with SummerSlam 2 years ago. Yeah. And so, the first official predictions video is going to be SummerSlam 2020, and what a goddamn year it has been. So, we get to witness the Thunderdome! Are you ready for it? Yeah. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves! 2 men enter, 1 man leaves! If the virtual fans do not chant that, we have failed as a society. Yeah. Do you even know what Thunderdome is?
I mean, I know about the movie, and I know they've been advertising something called Thunderdome, but I don't understand what's going on exactly, but I don't think that's here or there.
It's going to be like virtual fans, is what I understand. Like, they have screens all around in a dome-like fashion at this arena they're at now, the stadium, whatever the fuck it is. So, and they decided to call it Thunderdome, because why not? Yeah. So...
You think they would get beyond making that reference by now?
So anyway, let us predict the Summerfest. I just showed him that clip. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Alright. First up, we have Apollo Crews versus MVP for the United States title. The title that helped me win this one. Yeah. An actual match will happen this time.
Yeah, well, I imagine we're going to get off to our usual great start as I'm picking Apollo Crews.
As am I. To newcomers, we agree a lot. Yeah. Like, I think we disagreed on, like, ended up being 3 matches.
Exactly, 3 matches.
And look who won on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, he, you know, because of what happened at, was it Extreme Rules? That was the horror show Extreme Rules, wasn't it?
The horror show at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, that, they had he forfeited because he
didn't show up because he was injured.
Yeah, I think we're going to have an actual match, and I think Apollo is going to win and be the definitive U.S. champion.
Yeah, and then that way MVP can go back to being also manager, and Apollo gets to have a decent reign, hopefully.
Yeah.
He's more than earned it.
Yeah. The Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza for the Raw Tag Team titles.
I'm going to pick for the Street Profits to retain because we need the Raw Tag Team titles to we need tag team titles to stick on people for an extended period of time for them to start mattering, and I really like the Street Profits.
Haha, we disagree. Oh. Because I think it's going to go to Andrade and Angel because they have been getting the best of the Street Profits lately, and, you know, the whole poisoning thing.
They'll probably bring that up.
There might be more of that late-acting delayed poison will hit Montez Ford in the middle of the battle when he touches the ropes. I think, this is my hack theory, it wasn't just the cup that Selena put something in. She also, like, lined the ropes with something that when he touched it, did his thing, it made it react, and that's why he passed out.
The 2 components interacted.
That's why.
I mean, according to the doctor, when I found out of my nut allergy, you can have a peanut allergy can have a delayed reaction. So, you know, I'm still waiting for the peanut butter Twix I ate a few days after my first allergy attack to kick in, probably over 10 years later.
Yeah.
That is literally what a doctor told me.
That is how the biology works. Okay, Bayley versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title. Who are you gonna pick?
I'm actually going back and forth on this one because I was initially actually going to pick Asuka because Bayley has yet to beat Asuka. But then when you were writing down the card, because we were watching Simon Miller's predictions, it makes more sense for Asuka to stay on Raw. And I don't know if they're actually going to give her 2 belts. So, yeah, I think I'll flip-flop again, stand for my girl, and pick Bayley.
Ah, we disagree again!
No!
I think Asuka's going to win this. I think she's going to just destroy Bayley. Maybe Sasha will try to help her, and then, like, you know, something will happen where they'll miscommunication, and then Asuka will lose, or Bayley will lose, and Asuka will get the title.
Okay. Either way, I'm looking forward to this to be a fantastic match because, like, one of my favorite, absolute favorite matches since I became a wrestling fan is Asuka versus Bayley for the NXT Women's Title. If you have access to the WWE Network, track that down. It was even free on their YouTube channel for a while, but yeah, it's a fantastic match. This is going to be great.
Yay! So, Sasha versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Title.
I think Asuka's definitely going to win this one.
See, now I agree. I also think Asuka. I think they are going to make her Asuka 2 belts, or however you want to say that in Japanese.
Ichi ni, so Asuka ni something.
Okay, sure. So yeah, I think they're going to do that, and that'll be awesome, and she'll kick the ass. But after this, no more 2 belt people.
Yeah.
We need to separate these. I feel like Asuka's just earned this.
Asuka's earned it, especially with the way things have been screwy with how they handled that transition off of Asuka onto Sasha.
Yeah.
So let her at least keep the Raw title for a while. But yeah,
and to go off my last prediction, I think one of two things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Either Bayley may do something to cost Sasha the match after the failed communication thing, and then how can they exist as a tag team? Because they're going to have a match at Payback.
Yeah.
So, or, since WWE loves to just cock tease us with Bayley versus Sasha, nothing will happen between them. But Shayna Baszler will come down to cause Sasha the match because she just really wants to fight Asuka.
which I am also here for.
Yes! God! Hook it to my veins!
Yeah.
Alright, Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins.
I'm gonna go with Seth because it's too early in Dominic's career because he literally just signed his contract, and yeah, in order for Seth to remain a threat, he needs to continue his winning streak against the Mysterio family. So I do think, again, we just watched Simon Miller's video for him to write down the card. The idea of Dominic maybe joining the cult is an interesting idea. I don't know if WWE will do that, but I definitely think Dominic's going to lose.
Yeah, I think he's going to lose too. I think Seth is going to remain strong. They're keeping him as a heel.
I'm sure Dominic's going to take his licks, because holy crap,
yeah,
those pictures.
Right? Like, Jesus, first night on the job.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to WWE, Dominic. Hope you survived the experience.
There we go.
Like, good Lord, I tip my crown to that kid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think Seth's going to win.
Yeah.
Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville in a hair versus hair match.
Yeah. Well, this will be my first hair versus hair match I've seen, so as my mom likes to say, I'll get to make a wish.
Yeah.
I want Mandy to win because, one, I think she needs to get her comeuppance. She's the face. Oh, she doesn't get her comeuppance, but Sonya needs to get her comeuppance. Yeah. Because Mandy's the face in this scenario, which is something I never expected to see, honestly. And also, if I'm going to be honest, I kind of think Mandy looks good with her hair the way it is right now, so don't mess with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sonya would look badass with a shorter haircut, so.
Yeah,
it works that way on multiple levels.
I'm also picking Mandy to win because, like I said, I think Sonya can pull off the short, bald look better. It fits her fighter character. And, she has actually dominated this entire feud. Yeah. So Mandy needs a win.
Yeah, Mandy kind of needs a win.
I just agree with Brian Zane. I hope they got better shears for this because they have, every time they have the hair cutting parts, it's never gone well.
Yeah.
You're a $1 billion company, WWE. Buy the good shears.
Yeah.
Jesus, or maybe Brutus.
Well, you can probably find some on sale right now because a lot of barber shops aren't open.
Yeah, maybe Brutus the Barber Beefcake will come back for a special appearance.
There we go.
And chop the hair off. They like doing that shit. The Fiend versus Braun Strowman for the Universal title.
Okay, I'm gonna go with The Fiend because there's no other way this particular storyline can go, I think, and it completes the trilogy, as it were. I mean, I think Braun did fine as Universal Champ. Maybe he could have had some better feuds, but And he's done well enough. Also, I do want to say that Braun's been killing it with the promos.
Oh God, yeah.
He's been legit terrifying. But that said, I think I don't know if Alexa's going to play a role. I mean, she should, storyline reasons, but I don't think that'll affect things too much. There's just nowhere else for the story to go if they don't put it on The Fiend.
Yeah, I think it's going to be The Fiend, because like I said, it completes with the trilogy. We had, the nice Bray Wyatt, normal, not normal Bray Wyatt, brought back Cult Leader Bray Wyatt, now The Fiend. Like, this is how it works. And, Braun has been a good champion for someone who wasn't supposed to be champion originally, because originally it was going to be Roman at WrestleMania, which feels like 1,000 years ago now.
It does.
So he's done good in the no crowd era, and it would be nice to see him with a crowd.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for him to lose it, and The Fiend's going to keep it for a while. I do agree with Simon Miller. I'm all here if they want to push Big E and have him feud with The Fiend.
That would be interesting.
Because if they're not turning The Fiend face, which they're really weird with that, but
I don't know how The Fiend as a face would work. I mean, I'm curious to see. I'm not criticizing the idea. I'm just like, my brain can't process it.
I'm kind of like looking at it the same way as you look at Freddy versus Jason, because they're both horrible monsters, but Jason was less horrible than Freddy, so there's that. But I just love the idea of Big E using the power of positivity to defeat the evil that is The Fiend.
See, I hadn't considered Big E, but the ones I would vote to eventually take the belt off The Fiend would be either Otis, because he's sort of the unlikely hero in this scenario, and he still has the briefcase, or Edge.
Yeah! Oh, God.
Because the last time we saw him is you awakened the Edge that will do anything to win. And that would definitely make The Fiend a face if we just saw Edge rip into him.
And Edge is a really good heel. Yeah. The ultimate opportunist.
Yeah, so those are my picks, fantasy booking on my end. But
so now I like that second one. God damn. Okay, last but not least, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE title, speaking of Edge.
I could go either way on this, because I want Drew to retain, but what better way to keep building Randy as the threat that they have in the storyline? And you continue mentioning Edge into this conversation. That could be Edge coming back to get the title from him. So, I could go either way. You
want me to go first and you want to do the opposite?
That could work.
Just so we'll disagree on anything else?
Yeah.
I am going to go with my heart and go with Drew McIntyre, because I want him to keep it. I want him to be able to have the title when crowds return. I really want him to keep it. I don't think it will tarnish him if Randy wins, but Randy really doesn't need another title. Yeah. And I know that's the rumor because of the ratings thing. I don't think it's going to help ratings if Randy wins. Ratings are just going to be down. You guys got to accept that. But I think Drew it would be really good also to see him be the guy who takes down the Legend Killer. He becomes a legend by killing the Legend Killer.
That could work. And that kind of works, because I think I was literally just about to say, Randy.
Yeah.
So I'm 51-49. So I'll go with Randy.
All right, and
I like it. Just so the record shows, I want Drew to retain. I will be happy to not get my title back if that means we get to keep Drew as champion. So, but the sake of making the contest easier, I'll go with Randy.
You mean my title?
Yeah.
But, and as always, things might be added, because we record this before SmackDown. They might change some things, add some things, and usually the last couple times something on the card has changed that night, so we'll update on Twitter, and, that might make ties, might be tiebreakers, add more. Who knows? We'll see. Now, the punishments for this one.
I actually know this time.
Is because this is the
biggest party of the summer.
The biggest party of the summer.
We're not allowed to have parties.
The Summerfest, as some may call it. Yeah. We're gonna have a summertime treat. It could be a pain or a pleasure, because one of Weird Al's favorite snacks is the Twinkie Wiener Dog, which is a Twinkie cut in half with a hot dog and squeezy cheese on top of it.
Yeah.
We've watched...
Dipped in milk.
Yeah, I don't know if I do the milk. But we've watched 2 videos of someone trying this.
Yeah.
One did not like it, and the other did. And so it got me curious. I don't think I'd ever try it on my own, but if I lose,
Yeah.
I will try it, and maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and since this is, relatively speaking, a minor punishment, I will probably lose. So, but yeah, let's. I guess we'll see you all at Summerfest.
Yeah.